Before radar guns, before modern training, and before the era of million-dollar contracts, there was Walter Johnson, the original flamethrower. With a fastball that batters feared and records that stood for decades, he redefined what it meant to be a dominant pitcher. This is a story of a quiet powerhouse from Kansas who struck out over 3,500 batters and became a legend of the game. Walter Johnson was the second of 6 children, born to Frank and Minnie Johnson on a rural farm 4 miles west of Humboldt, Kansas, on November 6, 1887. Although he was sometimes said to be of Swedish ancestry and referred by sports writers as the Big Swede, Johnson's ancestors came from the British Isles. Later in life, he moved to Idaho, where he doubled as a telephone company employee and a pitcher for a team in Weiser, Idaho, of the Idaho State League. During that time, Johnson was spotted by a catcher, which was a scout, Cliff Blankenship, and signed a contract with the Washington Senators in July 1907 at the age of 19. Walter Johnson made his major league debut on August 2, 1907 for the Washington Senators. Walter Johnson, his nickname was the Big Train, was widely regarded as one of the greatest pitchers in Major League Baseball history. He played his entire 21-year career from 1907 to 1927 with the Washington Senators, where he became a symbol of pitching dominance in the early 20th century. Standing 6'1" and known for his quiet demeanor and devastating fastball, Johnson was a force on the mound. In an era without modern training or radar guns, batters often claim they couldn't even see the ball, only hear it. Walter Johnson's career statistics and career highlights are amazing. He had a win-loss record of 417 and 279 losses, a career earned run average of 2.17. He struck out over 3,500 batters and set a Major League Baseball record that still stands today with 110 shutouts. He was a 2-time AL MVP in 1913 and 1924, and he finally won the World Series championship in 1924, finishing up his 18th season in Major League Baseball. He had 20-win seasons 12 times and was a 3-time Triple Crown winner in pitching in 1913, 1918, and 1924. Walter Johnson held the career strikeout record with 3,508 for over 55 years until Nolan Ryan broke it in 1983. Even today, Johnson ranks 9th all-time in strikeouts and 2nd in wins, behind only Cy Young. His 110 shutouts still remain the most in Major League Baseball history, a record unlikely to ever be broken in the modern era. Known for just his power, but for his sportsmanship and humility, Johnson became a beloved figure in baseball and American sports. In 1936, baseball history was made in the inaugural class of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And at the heart of that legendary group was Walter Johnson. Known as the Big Train, Johnson was one of only 5 players selected in the Baseball Hall of Fame's first ever ballot, joining an elite group alongside Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, and Christy Mathewson. Walter Johnson received 83.6% of the baseball writers' vote, reflecting the immense respect and admiration he had during his 21-year career with the Washington Senators. Walter Johnson wasn't just a statistical marvel. He represented the spirit of Major League Baseball. The game, powerful, consistent, and deeply respected by teammates and opponents alike. If you ever visit the Baseball Hall of Fame, you will know that Walter Johnson was one of the Hall's founding members. Walter Johnson's legacy is literally built into the foundation of Cooperstown. After retiring from baseball in 1927, Walter Johnson remained active in public life and pursued several paths, as reflected both in his leadership skills and his love for his community. In 1938, he ran for U.S. Congress as a Republican in Maryland's 6th Congressional District. Although he lost the election, his campaign was taken seriously, and he was admired for his integrity and public speaking skills. Johnson also returned to Major League Baseball briefly as a manager, managing the Washington Senators from 1929 to 1932, and the Cleveland Indians from 1933 to 1935. While his managerial record wasn't as dominant as his playing days, he remained a respected figure in Major League Baseball, known for his calm demeanor and deep understanding of the game. Walter Johnson spent his later years in Germantown, Maryland, where he was involved in the community events and lived a relatively quiet life. And Walter Johnson passed away on December 10, 1946, at the age of 59, due to a brain tumor. His death was mourned all across Major League Baseball world and beyond. He is buried in Rockville, Maryland. Walter Johnson wasn't just a pitcher. He was a pioneer, a gentleman, and a symbol of baseball's golden age. With every strikeout, every shutout, and every quiet act of sportsmanship, he left a legacy that still echoes through Major League Baseball today. From the dirt mounds of 1907 to the hallowed halls of Cooperstown, the big train never stopped moving and never stopped inspiring. Thanks for watching Walter Johnson's The Strikeout King of Baseball. If you enjoyed this trip through baseball history, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more legendary stories from the diamond. Until next time, keep the spirit of the game alive. Thank you.